I have a game all about level design. I need to improve my level design skills, so who better to learn from than some of the best in the industry at level design? This is going to be me walking around, kind of saying what I see and what I think of it, and then at the end of the video I might apply some of the lessons to my own levels. First off, waterfall blocks my way. I can see, how do you zoom in? I can see somewhat of a figure behind that. I might look into that. There's a news read here, which might be an opportunity. This directs me to go left because there's people on the way. It's easy to go left. Our brain takes the easiest path. There's security there, but I can see behind that. Maybe that would entice me to go through. Car park looks empty. Here I see a massive guy that looks just like me. That might entice me. I see the main door with NPCs walking through it, so that encourages me to walk through. To the right, I see a security guard there, so if it came from that way, I'd be see security first. I see a checkpoint there immediately, no clear way past a checkpoint, it's a bit too hard to go through. The carpet entices me down here, the flashing light also points that out, that's quite a nice detail, again that. So when I come in, I am enticed to go to the left, and then there's the car park, but it's easier to go around here. Right, there's my target. That flashlight does a really good job. Where's that flashlight coming from? Nowhere, it seems. Flashlight's there. I see the chandelier. If I know to shoot it, I immediately get the idea to shoot it while it's below there. That's really cool. Oh, there's the flashlight's coming from. Right, the carpet is still visible. The crowd shows the carpet. He walks over to the right. That might entice me to probably go to the left. There is a space here, but obviously it's a bit too busy. Naturally, I would think that if he's there, I want to go to the left where he's not so he can't see me. I see a door here. The NPCs have moved out of the way, so this door is more visible. There appears to be no guards around here, so I'm going to go through the door. Immediately get told I'm trespassing. This looks like a service area, go down. My thoughts on the front so far is I'm enticed to go around the left-hand side because the right-hand side is kind of blocked. And then I am enticed to watch the guy because the flashlight, he comes in from the right, which makes me want to go to the left to be on his backside where it's potentially a blind spot. That then leads me to this corridor here. On the map I can see someone coming, so I'll hide quickly. Okay, this cellar and tight corner areas. So I come in here. No real difference left or right, but we have already gone left in the opening, so we're going to go left again here. So far the level is teaching me to come into an area and go left. I see a restricted area that entices me, interests me what's behind it. I see an exit sign, but logically this would lead me into the car park from earlier. Go down to the far end. The server blocks the views. There is that guy there I need to watch out for. The server logically blocks these guys' views who are sitting down. Now I know I need to deal with this guy, but I don't know what he's up to. How do I distract him? I see a wrench here. I think I probably would have missed this wrench on my first come in. Well, I did miss it, so maybe made that a bit more noticeable. He's here. Let's see if pushing this down here will do anything. He's not noticed it. So the current challenge is, how do I get into this room? I've got two doors. One guy goes back and forth. This guy seems to go what would be my up and down. This back area is a blind spot if the guy's at the right point, but then I'm kind of stuck there. But luckily those two guys only ever look at the computer, and that server block does kind of block any other views. Let's see if there's another way. This door is isolated. If I was coming from here again, I would see that door first. I wouldn't really see the doors down there. So my initial lessons from this part here is you need basically two people that are stationary, then a middle part that kind of blocks views that you can kind of skimmy around, and one person who is patrolling around, and that creates enough challenge. Good lesson. Let's go through this door. We again have someone who's stationary, not looking at me. These lockers kind of do block the view even though they don't really move. Some sort of crisis is going on that they're dealing with, so I just nick this disguise that's placed here. He now does move, but he moves away and not towards me, still gives me quite a lot of freedom. He is also an enforcer, so he would notice me if he saw me, but he's busy down there while you can very easily come through this door and go up this way using that as a cover. This part. This open part is extremely enticing. I want to walk through here. Logically, I know that the guard room is just there. There's also a security guard who walks into the guard room, which I am enticed to follow. There is one stationary guy here. If I was in my normal uniform, he would notice me. I think that's interesting, but he does look kind of busy, so somewhat easy to take out. So I guess that's maybe a small challenge. This guy's looking the other way, so it's not a massive issue at all. He is a small challenge who I'd have to act quickly and actually have to deal with, or else he would notice me if I was doing a no disguises run. What else we got? Center room has one light here which draws my attention. There's master key. Okay, so this light displays the master key which opens every door in the place or in the level. That's good, I like that. So you use lights to display objects of importance that might be missed otherwise. Go into the kitchen. My game is heavily reliant on kitchen. Let's see how they do things here. So we have one guy, he's working on a soup already, that's solid. And then one guy who does different tasks but walks around, he's chopping up lime from the looks of it. Or maybe that's courgettes. I can pick up a frying pan, or I can start a gas leak. So again, there's one guy stationary doing a task, who's always going to be doing a task. He'll never notice me as long as I don't go in front of him. And there's one guy who kind of just patrol around doing a few different tasks. He's more of a challenge, but at the same time, he's somewhat easier to avoid, such as when he's chopping courgettes. Another person who walks around doing tasks. So people walk around and at patrol points taking action, and then they stand there and they're somewhat not incapacitated, but they won't notice you, so you can sneak past them at different points. I like that. So my takeaways from this kitchen area is you have one person who is sort of stationary and just doing a task continuously, and then you have another person who is doing a task but will then patrol around 1 to 2 points of food. In this case, it's from here to here and then to down here. This guy here, he patrols between just behind the crates and here, and he just patrols there. At this point, he'll then stop and you can basically just sneak past it. So one stationary guy and then 2 guys with a little bit of movement. There's a lot of light here for seemingly nothing. Earlier, the light was to show where the master key to the palace was. Here, it seems to be just for world building purposes. That's fine. As I come through this door, the rat poison is immediately on my right in an open space next to red, so it stands out. I like that. Got some propane flasks which do stand out from all the veg next to it. Now, how would I get upstairs from here? Logically, it would be from the kitchen, but I know that because I've worked in restaurants. This door is right on my right and it leads upstairs. Good level design. Come through here, corridor, immediately met with security. I'm not enticed to go that way. That way I can't see though, so currently the door is the most enticing option. A lot of people in this area, I'm not too sure what exactly is going on. This way seems very cluttered, as if there's nothing much here. Probably for tools, there'll be quite a lot of tools around here, but it feels very cluttered. I'm not really feeling going down there. Very cluttered corridors, which just make me not want to go down there. I guess that is part of the worldview. World design. Big open space. These 2 guards, they don't seem as important as these 2 guards, which makes it seem like this way is less important, will be easier to get through. The placement of these 2 guards also suggests it's going to be harder, because one guard will always be covering the stairs, where these 2 being closer together seems like if I made them look in, say, that corner, I could just sneak past the left-hand side. That is actually really clever. I like that. Let's test that out. Use my coin, chuck it. Yeah, they both look that way. Can I now sneak past? Oh, they look back already. Logically, I should be able to distract both of them because they're both in a corner. I'm trying to get to the bar, which I can't kind of figure out how to do. This person's just hair and makeup is being done, which is a story mission. I think it's quite a good little teaser. Where's the bar? A food prep area. Quite a logical sort of way to go through. You'd come in through here, go through there. Not much up here. Also quite a lot to hide behind. Let's tend the bar. Quite a busy area with obvious walkways. So sort of between those people there, as you can see, people are sort of in groups and circles, but still quite clear walkways between them. So far, I was very logically led to being here to then poison them in this method. My takeaway would be that you have one person who is stationary and always looking in one direction, and then one person who is patrolling between 2 points. And the challenge depends on the openness of the space. So, for example, in the security office, I had to get through a door and then navigate through that area. In the sort of chef area, there was a much wider space, so I could basically just much more easily do it. But I'm not poisoning his drink. Who's watching me? Go away. Now to follow him into the toilet. I remember the way to the toilet. I don't think this is the right way. Is this the toilet? Oh, there's 2 toilets. I don't know which one it's going to go into. Hopefully I choose the right one. Here, let me hold your hair back. As someone who used to have long hair, and if you go out with girls, you should hold their hair back as they're throwing up, because then they don't get sick on their hair. I wouldn't go in there for a few minutes, mate. How would I logically go upstairs? I saw the security. I could try and sort of get past them. That's going to be a bit more difficult. That guard going up the stairs is a good way to entice me to think about going upstairs myself. I like that quite a bit. I'm still going to distract both of these guards with a penny toss, because this should logically work. How do they know it's me? They weren't even looking at me. One guy's distracted, the other guy's still looking at me. But it did make me want to try. What's through here? The art show again. Oh, that's easy. That security guard facing away from me already. That's good, because that means I can get his clothes. So I guess have people facing away from the player as they're coming up the stairs, or have people facing away from the stairs so the player can easily get them. Is the lesson here. Okay, through this door, there's a door straight in front of me, much more lighter corridor. Let's close this door to my right, and actually a far lighter here, but windows, just quite a lot of people. All people can see me here, but it's not an issue. Security guards facing away from me suggests that this is going to be a difficult area of sorts. That's cool. So you come in here and the first thing you see is all the windows, and that guard there you think of taking out because he's facing away from his easy target, you actually kind of miss this door here, which leads to where you need to go. That's cool. Again, the stairs with the guards that are hard to get past. 2 stationary guards, 1 guy patrolling, makes the level quite difficult. Now logically, if I'm just behind angle, I should be able to get both of them distracted, logically. First thing to do is turn this way. As long as they both turn that way and head there. Oh, he saw me. That didn't work. What a shame. Right, over here, this part's a bit more cluttered, but obviously a bit more important. And this room, the window is immediately open, so I notice it, very cluttered. This area looks like nothing's going on, so I'm enticed to go through the window. I think the telescope as well is a nice touch. Not too sure which way to go. I think this to the right, because that's shorter. And there could potentially be something around the corner, which there is. That way it looks longer, and I can always see there's nothing around the corner. Up. The only option is to go around the side. 2 guards there who will logically spot me. There's probably one wandering around, so I'll probably go around here because I don't know what's around there just yet. There's an open door here, so I'm enticed to go through it as it's safer. Oh, someone can see me. Oh, mate. Bye, mate. Do you see that? No? Good. Okay, open the door. There's security there immediately. He looks like security, but he's not. That's quite clever, actually. He's in suit and everything. Then security at the end of the hallway. So I guess you can dress some NPCs as security or other people, and in a moment it'll trick your brain into thinking they are important people. 2 security here. It's just this is really important, very difficult to get past. Logically, I go to the left and see what I can get from there. Only 1 security guard here, though. That is a really nice skyline. A seemingly easy way to get in from the other side. Come through here. Everyone but 1 security is distracted and won't see me. Yeah, I've explored enough. Nice and easy. Now getting out of here, let's see what I can do. First thing I want to try is going down the stairs, which seems somewhat easy. No one's going to notice me down here. Those doors are already open, suggesting an easy way to go through. With the escape icon as well, and those doors just looks easy to go through there. That way seems impossible so far. Again with the stairs, nice and easy way to go through. And then the helicopter is right there, but they're going to notice me. So I'm going to go try going round. This is a trespass area and there's only 1 guard who patrols back and forth. But he just stopped by the boat, so logically I should wait around here. Can I just end him? Can I kick him? I can't. I'll just end him for now. So he patrols back and forth down here, and then he just blocks the boat. So logically when he goes back down that way, I'll just get in the boat and escape. So what I learned from the Paris level was have, in any area, have 1 or 2 guards or people that are stationary and only looking in one direction, and then have 1 guard who is patrolling back and forth around the area. Because then you control the difficulty of an area by how you enter it and how closed it is. So for example, in the cloakroom, where we've got the way to disguise, we came in from the far side, everyone else was on the other side of the room dealing with stuff. They were all down there. With the security room, there was 2 doors, and whatever door we went through, we had to time with the security guard who would patrol between the doors. But even then, we were very limited, because even though the guards were stationed, they kind of took up the rest of the room. I was also heavily enticed to go left at almost every opportunity. You know, to the right, there'd be people standing there, which is, you know, a natural barrier that can be got around, but it's slightly extra effort. There was a red carpet in the main area that sort of led me to the left. And then the bad guy, he moved to his left, which would be my right, which then entices me to go to the left to kind of flank him, be on his backside.